Ancient women paid attention to chastity. Why did they not resist when they encountered flower thieves? The reason is realistic. In our long feudal society, the concept of the inferiority of men to women has been deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Women's low status encompasses all aspects. Women cannot be like men, cannot take the imperial examination, cannot make meritorious achievements, and the only thing that can be done is to learn the so-called female virtues in purdah, practice female workers, and prepare for future marriage. When the year of marriage comes, you can wait for the parent matchmaker to prepare for marriage. In ancient times, a woman's life was as if she were to bear children and prolong heirs for her husband. Not only that, the ancients also attached great importance to women's chastity, and such rules and regulations overwhelmed women. But what is puzzling is that after the ancient woman encountered the flower thief, she did not resist. Why is this so? Ancient flower thieves are like today's rogue rapists, and their methods are very clever, making ancient women defenseless. In ancient times, women rarely went out, and even when they did, it was during the day, so flower pickers saw this characteristic and specifically looked for girls who were still in the boudoir. Wait until the dead of night to peep through people's windows to observe and look for targets that can be started. In the past, the security of the residence was not as perfect as it is now, nor was there surveillance coverage in every corner like now, and there was no evidence left after the violation. And these flower pickers are generally not ordinary people, and they have some work on their bodies so that they can repeatedly succeed, and they can also retreat all over. They either have martial arts bodies, rely on wonderful eloquence, or have outstanding appearances, confusing people and not being recognized. In addition, those flower thieves, after transfiguration, are very skilled, and they are simply two completely different people before and after makeup. Even if the girl was violated, she could describe the appearance of the flower thief to the police, but after the flower thief removed his makeup, she could not find anyone at all. According to legend, during the Ming dynasty, there was a flower thief with superb transfiguration skills, and it was difficult for people to see that it was a man pretending to be a woman. This flower thief pretended to be a saleswoman selling women's red products, and after finding the target, he found a way to enter someone's room, revealed his true face, and took the opportunity to commit rape and murder. But no matter how cunning the tricks of these flower thieves are, why did these violated women not resist when and after they were violated? There are several reasons for this. First, chastity was of utmost importance to ancient women. It was dishonorable for her to lose her virginity as a result of the flower-picking thief. In the past, tolerance for women was low. Women who lost their virginity were to be scolded, and even some punishments were waiting for them. Second, the power gap between women and men is too large to resist. Men can easily overpower women and rape them. Third, this is the difference between men and women. Girls are born with little strength, especially in ancient times. Women did not go out of the door, and those flower thieves with unique skills are simply incomparable. Fourth, the desire to survive. This is also an important reason. Chastity is gone. If you make a big deal, you may not even have a chance to live. Even if they subjectively do not want to die, under such public opinion, people will say that it was a woman who bought this for herself to cause this to happen. Under such circumstances, few women can persist, and how many women cut their hair to be nuns and even kill themselves as a way to bid farewell to this cold world? Fifth, not resisting is not because of a lack of self-love but out of helplessness. This sentence is the best explanation for the ancient woman who met the flower thief but did not resist, and the feudal society made the woman step-by-step retreat. Sixth, the shackles of the clan concept. In ancient times, there was such a punishment as executing the tribes, and it can be seen that in ancient times, the actions of one person could affect the honor and disgrace of the entire family. This can explain why women do not speak up when they are violated for fear of affecting the reputation of the entire family. Such tragedies happen, in the final analysis, because of the low status of women, and the oppression of women by society has caused women to not speak up or be angry, and they are under a lot of pressure. But the status of women is still somewhat different in different dynasties and generations. In primitive society, In the early matrilineal clan era, human survival ability was low, the ability to fight against nature was low, and men who went out to hunt rarely could catch prey and even lost their lives. Therefore, the ancient women who are responsible for collecting mulberry fruits, doing simple needlework, supporting the elderly, and raising young children are the pillars of the entire ethnic group. With the passage of time, human beings have also improved their ability to adapt to nature, learn to adapt to nature, and transform nature. The natural superiority of men is finally manifested, men dominate society, women become accessories of men, and the main task is to continue the heirs. Later, when feudal society began, women from previous dynasties also had different circumstances. Confucianism and Mengism dominated our culture, much like they did during the Qin and Han dynasties, although they had not yet developed to the same degree. The words left by the ancients that, "it is difficult to raise women and villains," reflect from the side, and women's disrespect is not respected. Throughout history, society's tolerance of women was closely related to the mainstream culture of the time. In the Tang dynasty, our nation was inclusive, the center of cultural exchange in the world, the parallel view of Confucianism and Taoism breathtaking, and a generation of female emperors passed down through the ages. Regarding the status of women and the degree of tolerance for women, in fact, it can be seen from their clothing. In the Tang dynasty, women's clothing had a skirt that covered the area below the waist and closed under the chest. The woman's figure was also very tolerant. In the Song dynasty, Qingzhou Lixue gradually germinated, and the oppression of women in the world can be seen in the promotion of saving heaven, destroying people's desires, and binding the feet of women in the world. Even later, there was a chastity archway, which simply put an invisible yoke on women. As we can also see through film and television dramas, the more women wear in the future, the tighter they cover, which means that the lower their tolerance. But fortunately, with the improvement of model society, the status of women has gradually improved, and women's ability to hold up their status has been recognized by more people. Moreover, with the improvement of the legal system, there are more guarantees when women's interests are violated. If something like that in ancient times happens now, women have the right to protect themselves. But the idea that women's chastity is greater than everything else has eroded people's confidence for many years, and until now, many people still think that girls' chastity is very important. At the end of this article, I would like to make this call: when girls are violated, do not think of blindly concealing them, which will only encourage the evil deeds of the wicked, and more people will be killed. The real victim in this case is the girl, and the person who is still being punished is not the victim. What do you think of this video? You can reply in the message area below. If you like my videos, please subscribe and bookmark them. Thank you for your support.